Hi everyone, Menachem Brody here from Human Vortex Training from Big Bang Bicycles Retool Fit Center. We're here in the shop. A new bike buyer will be interested in how to get the most out of their bicycle. So a couple of things that we can do aside from teaching them how to sit on the bike properly, which we do right there behind me. We have set up, we have a couple different trainers, so when someone comes in they will get at least a knee over pedal spindle and a check of their knee angle, which is very important. Any bike shop that you are purchasing your bike from should do that at the minimum. Glenn and the staff here at Big Bang Bicycles are experienced with this and do an excellent job in making sure that every single bicycle that leaves here, before they walk out that door and finalize that sale, that you are set up properly on your bike, so you will enjoy the time more and have less risk of injury as you're going forward. So today we're going to talk about bicycle computers, and this is a drastically underused computer. A lot of people are interested in seeing their speed or how far they've gone or how long they've been out, but really they're not tapping into what they can really do with just a very basic bicycle computer. A cadence meter on your first bike computer is very important. The reason being, if you go for the regular wireless, you have speed, distance, time, which is very nice, odometer, maximum speed, trip distance 1 and 2, elapsed time, and clock. Well, this is nice information to have. Really, the most underutilized tool that you can have on a bicycle is the cadence. And the cadence is the number of times in 1 minute that one of your knees will come to the top of the pedal stroke and pedal through. So why is cadence so important is just like strength training. When I became an NSCA certified strength and conditioning coach, we talked a lot about sets and repetitions and how to target each of the different muscle fibers and muscle types. So cadence is kind of like that. You can go out and ride your bike. I was just out on a decaf ride or an easier coffee shop ride for Tazzadoro last night, and one of the riders there had been riding for 15 years and no one had ever taught how to ride with cadence. So as we're coming up the hill, she's sitting there moving side to side, the group is passing her by, and then she's bombing downhill trying to catch up to them. By teaching her in 5 minutes how to properly use cadence and gearing to be able to make that effort more manageable, we were able to improve her riding abilities. She had a huge smile on her face when we finished. She said, "Well, I'm breaking off early to go to my house, but I feel phenomenal. Thank you so much for showing this to me. I never understood how that all worked, but it makes so much more sense." So a simple cadence meter will help you do that. So it's $130. There's also the Bontrager wired. This is their Bontrager Trip 3. This will run you about $45. So a much cheaper variation than the Strada. However, wired versus not wired, it does not matter. The staff at the shop should set it up for you. The cadence is going to be, we want it to be between 85 and 95 when you're just cruising along. What this is, it's very similar to running, where we want a cadence of 85 to 95. That's going to be when you're going to have the most even distribution for all of the muscle types. And that 85 to 95 cadence shouldn't be very challenging. It should be something that you feel there's a tiny, tiny bit of resistance, but you can do it all day. Then when you're climbing, you can climb at a very low cadence depending on your type of strength. Usually I like to have people climb at 80 plus. And then when they stand, they'll give a gear harder or two before they stand and climb at a cadence of 70 to 75. What each of these is just like strength training and powerlifting. We have all of these different ranges, rep ranges as they like to call them. When we're cycling, it's an endurance sport, so we want to have more of an endurance response for the muscles. So when you're out on the road, you want to try and keep 85 to 95 with a nice relaxed upper body. To learn a little bit about sitting on the saddle and where the arms should be, you can check out the other video that I have called How to Sit on Your Saddle. But what's important is to keep that cadence nice and consistent as you go. Don't let it spike one way or the other. You have the gears, use the gears, big ring in the front, small ring in the front, and then all those gears on the back. So it is important that you find a nice comfortable cadence where you're keeping consistent but steady pressure, consistent light steady pressure on the pedals. If you're going to go for a little bit higher cadence and you would like to raise up how fast you can pedal, generally finding that cadence that you're just shy of bouncing in the saddle, you maybe look like this as you're going along, would be advisable. Sprinters generally are going to have a higher cadence sitting and standing. The Cadence Cyclocomputer, I strongly recommend it. It is definitely worth it to buy this the first time through. If you're looking for a lower price point, for $45 for a wired Cadence, well worth it, cheaper than the wireless. Cadence is a tool and a weapon that you can use to your advantage if you learn how to master it. So when you go to buy a cyclocomputer, please remember to get a Cadence on your cyclocomputer and set it up properly, because it will give you so many more weapons to use in your arsenal and will make you a much better, smarter, and safer cyclist. So remember, train smarter, not harder, and it's all about you.